Today we shall look at some fill-in questions and answers. 1. In the implementation of the School Performance Improvement Plan, SPIP, the Metropolitan, Municipal, District Directorate is responsible mainly for. Answer: approval. 2. The Complementary Basic Education, CBE, program is targeted at which group of learners? Answer: out-of-school children between the ages of 8 to 14. 3. The highest rank in the Ghana Education Service, GES, scheme of service is known as ANS, Director, General. 4. Complete the mission statement of GES. To ensure that all Ghanaian children of school-going age are provided with inclusive and equitable formal education and training. Answer: quality. 5. In order for all students to move easily around the classroom, a teacher can. Answer: create pathways by arranging the desks in rows. 6. The 5 principles for leadership for learning, LFL, are a focus on learning, learning environment, learning dialogue, shared leadership and. Answer: shared accountability. 7. When a teacher encourages a student to support another student, it is a teaching strategy known as. Answer: peer teaching. 8. Paperless filing system means making use of. Answer: electronic device. 9. The abbreviation EMIS as used in the education sector stands for. Answer: Education Management Information System. 10. There are 3 main domains of educational objectives. These are cognitive, affective and. Answer: psychomotor. 11. The agency of the Ministry of Education responsible for implementing periodic external evaluation of quality and standards in pre-tertiary education in Ghana is the. Answer: National Schools Inspectorate Authority, NASIA. 12. As at October 2020, the number of local administrative districts in Ghana was. Answer: 216. 13. The types of motivation which involves engaging in a behavior because it is personally rewarding rather than the desire for external reward is known as. Answer: intrinsic motivation. 14. There are 2 deputies under the Director General with the GES organogram. We have the Deputy Director General, Quality and Access, and Deputy Director General. Answer: Management and Services. 15. On the Regional Education Office organogram, the drives and security guards work under the. Answer: Administrator. 16. The focus of Gallup, Ghana Accountability for Learning Outcomes Project, is to. Answer: improve the quality of education in low-performing basic education schools and strengthen education sector equity and accountability in Ghana. 17. Write out in full the following acronyms. 1. GBDC 2. CTVET 3. NACCA and 4. NASE. Answer: 1. GBDC, Ghana Book Development Council. 2. CTV, Commission for Technical and Vocational Education and Training. 3. NACCA, National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. 5. NASE, National Schools Inspectorate Authority. 18. Which agencies were merged in 2020 to form the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTC? Answer: the National Council for Tertiary Education, NCTE, and the National Accreditation Board, NAB. 19. The Ministry of Education is responsible for. 20. Answer: all policies on education, including apprenticeship and wider skills acquisition in Ghana, and to provide education that ensure opportunity is equal for all, no matter what their background, family circumstances. In contrast, the Ghana Education Service is responsible for the implementation of approved national pre-tertiary educational policies and programs to ensure that all Ghanaian children of school-going age, irrespective of tribe, gender, disability, religious and political affiliations, are provided with inclusive and equitable, quality formal education and training. 21. The act of teachers demonstrating a strong relationship with students is by. Answer: getting to know each of your students, discovering their interests and passions, their struggles and strengths. 22. When supervisors rate their employees, the process is called answer, performance appraisal. 23. Barriers to effective communication are referred to as answer, communication barriers. 24. What type of rating scale would a teacher be using when he rank his student highest performing to the lowest? 25. Answer, comparative rating scales. 26. The abbreviation KPI is the short form of the phenomenon that provide for evaluation task accomplishment. This abbreviation stands for answer, KPI, Key Performance Indicators. 27. Educational management focuses on doing things right, which focuses on answer, decision-making, problem-solving, communication, information management and effective team building. 28. The re-appointment of a teacher who was interdicted as a result of disciplinary investigation, but cleared of all charges is referred to as answer, reinstatement. 29. A formal and systematic set of procedures used to obtain information about how much students have learnt is referred to as answer, test. 30. On the GES organogram, the Director General is directly responsible to answer, GS Council. 31. 3 bodies or committees that have been established at the local and district levels to foster local community participation in decision-making are Parent-Teacher Association, PDA, School Management Committee, SMC, and answer, District Education Oversight Committee, DEOC. 32. When a teacher uses praise on a student anytime he or she is on task, the management strategy being used by the teacher is known as answer, motivation. 33. According to Skinnerian operant conditioning theory, a negative reinforcement is answer, avoiding an undesirable stimulus to increase likelihood of a behavior. 34. In classroom management, the teacher's strategies and techniques must be varied. Answer, varied. 35. The ultimate purpose of supervision is to ensure answer, advancement of the child welfare. 36. Which sustainable development goal is directly related to education? ANS, Goal 4. 37. What does the Sustainable Development Goal which is directly relates to education state? Answer, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all. 38. The CSSPS seeks to improve the manual system of selection and placement of qualified BEAS candidates into public and private senior high schools, technical and vocational institutes by answer, the Ghana Education Service. 39. The United Nations General Assembly proclaimed January 24 as International Day of Education, in celebration of the role of answer, education for peace and development. 40. The rationale of education planning in our education system is answer, access, equity, and quality. 41. The primary role of mentoring teacher in the school of the pre-service teacher is most appropriately described as answer, mentoring. 42. The basic purpose of instructional supervision is for answer, effective teaching and learning. 43. When the school head directs an investigation into suspected fraud, the only authorities to impose sanctions are answer, the School Management Committee and Board of Governors. 44. The method of obtaining information to judge the worth of a curriculum whilst it is being implemented is known as answer, curriculum evaluation. 45. The ability for students to use an appropriate rule or principle to help him or her solve a problem without being promoted is specified in the cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy as answer, applying or application. 46. The type of assessment which is used to determine student strengths and weakness for correction and remediation is known as answer, diagnostic assessment. 47. In the chain of command of the GES headquarters, the Director General is the Chief Executive accountable to the answer, Ghana Education Service Council. 48. What is the core function of the National Inspectorate Board? Answer: to undertake school inspection, evaluate schools as well as set and enforce standards. 49. The main role of the Education Sector Analysis, ESA, is to answer: identify the progress made in the pre-tertiary institutions. 50. The GES was established in the year 1974 as a national organization under the Ministry of Education, MOE, by the What Act of 1995? Answer: Act 506. 51. It is important for teachers to know the Code of Conduct because. Answer: it provides guidance for teachers in the performance of their duties. 51. The main responsibilities of the National Schools Inspectorate Authority are: 1. School inspection. 2. School evaluation and answer, enforce school standards. 52. On the computer keyboard, the keys that should be pressed to start a new paragraph in MS Word is: answer, enter. 53. A formal and systematic set of procedures used to obtain information about how much students have learnt is referred to as: answer, testing. 54. In the educational system in Ghana, circuit supervisors are known as: answer, School Improvement Support Officer, SISO. 55. In descending order, the fifth rank on the GES structure is: answer, Deputy Director, DD. 56. On the GES organogram, the Director General is directly responsible to: answer, GS Council. 57. At the district level, the Assistant Director in charge of planning and monitoring works under: answer, Director. 58. The strategy that utilizes the practice of using both online and in-person learning experiences when teaching students is referred to as: answer, blended learning. 59. In chronological classification of filling, files are arranged in the order of: answer, dates. 60. When using a computer, the act of producing information from figures, text or images is called data. Answer, processing. 61. In assessment, a table of specified is mainly used for: answer, constructing test items. 62. What indicates how funds will be obtained and utilized in a given period? Answer, budget. 63. The practice of delegation of power throughout an education system is known as: answer, delegation, decentralization. 64. All the day-to-day financial transaction of a school are entered in the: answer, petty cash book. 65. Focus learning and learning environment are two principles of leadership for learning. 66. Gallup is an acronym for: answer, Ghana Accountability for Learning Outcomes Projects. 67. The former Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia on 4th December, 2021 launched the Bringing Together All the 187 TVET institutions spread across the 19 ministries under one umbrella to help revamp the mainstream technical and vocational education and training in the country. Answer, Ghana TV Service. 68. The main role of the Education Sector Analysis, ESA, is to highlight both the strengths and answer, weakness of a country's education system, providing a comprehensive and objective assessment of overall performance. 69. The four key factors to be considered for effective classroom management are: answer, 1. Establishing clear expectations. 2. Creating a positive learning environment. 3. Active supervision and monitoring. 4. Encouraging students' responsibility and participation. 70. A key component of classroom management is creating a positive and answer, learning environment. 71. SWOT stands for strengths, weakness, answer, opportunities and threats. 72. The purpose of the Ghanaian National Assessment, NEA, is to answer, evaluate the effectiveness of education system, and identify areas of strength and weakness in student performance. 73. A school environment that supports. Answer. Cultural, social and linguistic diversity can lead to better educational outcomes for all students. 74. Professional development for educators is essential for the effective integration of. Answer. Information and communication technologies, ICTs, or educational technologies in teaching. 75. One benefit of decentralization in education is. Answer. Increased local autonomy and decision-making. 76. NELI stands for National, Education Leadership Institute.